Authors! Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk in writing about speech bubbles, and I'm really excited to introduce speech bubbles for you. So the other week we read parts of this book, and this book is called What Do Authors Do? And you might have noticed on the front cover of this book, we have some people and we have some animals. And you might see that there's this bubble that's coming out from a person or a character's mouth. And inside the bubble, there's some words. So this is what a speech bubble is. A speech bubble is the illustrator and the author working together to show us that the character in the story is talking. So we're going to look through this book and see what other speech bubbles we can find. Okay? So we started on this page the other day. And in the speech bubble, we have, well, you can see in the picture, we have a man, we have a dog, we have a cat, and we have a woman. And the man, here's his speech bubble, and it says, "Rufus, bad dog." And then we see the woman, and she says, "Run, Max." So our author and our illustrator work together to show us that the characters in the story, they are talking. And we'll look over here. Oh, we see the man and the woman now. They're chasing after the cat and the dog. And the man says, "Run, Rufus." And the woman says, "Max, stop." Oh my goodness. And look, now the cat is chasing the dog. And then look down here in this picture. We see two speech bubbles. So there's the cat chasing the dog. And look, the dog's now in the wagon. And the dog is saying, "Help." Oh, and look. Uh-oh, he's headed down a hill to go into a pond, I think. And there's a duck in the pond, and the duck has a question mark. Like, what's he doing? So you can see that the speech bubbles in our story, they helped us understand, because is there any words, any sentences down here? No, there's no sentences to tell us about what's going on in the story. The speech bubbles are helping us understand what's going on in the story. So speech bubbles can be really important for our story. So I made a story for you guys today. And here is my story. So my story is that one night after I put my kids to sleep, I took a hot bubble bath. So I got inside my bathtub and I was relaxing and enjoying time by myself. And suddenly I saw a spider on the other end of the bathtub. Oh my goodness. Now I have to tell you, Mrs. Wallace does not like spiders. So if I was going to draw a speech bubble, what do you think I would be saying? Let's think about that. If I don't like spiders, what do you think that I say? Or what do you think I did? And I'm going to tell you what I did. I yelled, "Ah!" So I'm going to draw a speech bubble. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so you can draw a line and then just a circle. Okay. And then I said, "Ah!" So I would tap that out. "Ah! Ah!" What letter says ah, ah, ah? A, apple, ah? Ah. It's kind of tricky. It's an A, even though it sounds like an O. But you could write an O too. Ah! And an H. Ah! And then I'm going to draw an exclamation point, and that tells me that I'm really, I yelled it. I didn't just whisper it, and I didn't just talk it. I yelled it. So I went, "Ah!" I screamed, "I don't like spiders." So, and look at my face. Do I have a smiling face right now? No, I have a surprise face because I was not expecting a spider to jump down on the bathtub. So my face is like, So you can see that I also added emotion to my story. Because if I'm writing a story about a time that I saw a spider, I would not be excited and I would not feel happy. Okay? Now maybe my daughter the other day wrote a story about how she fell down and got hurt. So can you think about if you fell down and got hurt, how might her face look like? Yeah, she drew a sad face because she cried. So I want you guys today to focus on two things in writing. I want you to add emotion to your characters in your story so we know how they are feeling. Okay, so if you're writing about a birthday party, you might have a super happy face because you're happy it's your birthday. You might have a surprise face because you got a present that you were really hoping you got. Okay, if you're writing about a time that maybe you didn't get to go to grandma's house, you might have a sad face. If you're writing about a time that your sister took something from you, you might have a mad face. So that's the first thing we're going to work on in writing, is making sure we're drawing emotions for our characters. That goes along also with what we've been talking about during Orange Frog Time. The second thing we're going to work on is adding speech bubbles, okay? So adding speech bubbles for our characters. So if you have a cat or a dog in your story, we know they can't really talk. But it's sometimes fun to add a speech bubble just if we're pretending that they can talk, okay? So that's all right to do. So you're going to draw a speech bubble and you can put in there some different things they're saying. Maybe it's your birthday and you got a big present. Then your speech bubble might say, wow, okay? And remember, when we're sounding out words, if you only know the first letter, that's okay. You can just write the first letter. All right, so we want to be making sure that we're working on adding emotions and adding speech bubbles. All right, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in, and I can't wait to see your work. So go ahead and you can get started on writing, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.